The 725 PTR was just updated and contained some small changes for marksmanship hunters. All of the changes were adjustments to the spec to make vulnerable less important to your ability to deal damage to a target. The more interesting stuff for marks comes from the addition of the new 2 Marksmanship tier sets on the vendor in Dalaran. Vulnerable's damage bonus was dropped from 100% to 30%, and aim shot's damage has been raised significantly to make up for the vulnerable change. In the talents, Patient Sniper was also lowered to match the new vulnerable numbers. Piercing Shot's damage was updated as well. Sidewinders was buffed slightly, but this won't be enough to change its place in PvE right now. The artifact trait Unerring Arrows got the numbers lowered by 1% per point, but because of the vulnerable rework, this trait got a lot more valuable. All of these adjustments mean very little for how you play marks in 725. Aim shot will still do pretty much the same damage inside of vulnerable. All this really helps with is if you didn't get or save a proc for a new target, you will be penalized much less for casting aim shots into it. The important additions for marks in 725 come from the new tier sets. The 2-piece makes aim shot reduce the cast time and focus cost of your next aim shot by 20%. Right now every aim shot gives you this bonus, so every aim shot after the first one of the encounter will have the reduced cast time and focus cost. It isn't clear if this is intended, because the wording of the 2-piece is similar to the wording of the legendary gloves, which, when working right, only proc on every other aim shot. If this is how the 2-piece is supposed to work, then the rotation will be adjusted to fit more aim shots into each vulnerable. If you mark shot at around 90 focus, you'll be able to cast 3 aim shots into that vulnerable. Doing the normal marked shot, arcane shot, double aim shot means you have a lot of downtime waiting for Patient Sniper to grow before aim shotting, and you don't gain anything from the set bonus. The 4-piece also incentivizes doing 3 aim shots in a row by giving you a 15% crit damage buff for your third and most powerful aim shot. It is lame that the rest of the buff is used on building back focus, but the buff is too short to do anything else with. Windburst also feels more useful because you can get an arcane shot in before triple aim shotting, and I appreciated being able to start the vulnerable rotation earlier more than I do on live. With the new 2-piece, you will be able to get even more use out of True Shot than you can with the current 4-piece. The last thing for marks on the PTR is the addition of an interesting new legendary ring. This ring gives you the talent Lock and Load without being spec'd into it. So far, only a couple of classes have had these rings added to the test realm, but it looks like everyone's going to get a free talent if they get their new legendary. I'm a little disappointed that more wasn't done with Marksman to mix it up for the next tier, but there's still some time before the patch. The sets changed the rotation a bit, but it feels almost the same. The move away from being able to damage a target without vulnerable is a nice quality of life improvement, but it won't change anything if you're used to the spec. Half of the talents still aren't worth taking in any situation, and the legendary ring removes one of those options. I'm still interested and hopeful to see what comes next on PTR. Let me know what you think of the changes to Marksman in 725, and thank you for watching.